Hi guys, today we're going to talk about bodies of water and we're going to make a foldable. So you need a piece of paper, any piece of paper will do that's blank. You'll need some scissors. You can use crayons or markers, and you will need a pencil for your words. So for this foldable, we're going to start with our paper long like a bus. And we're gonna fold it in half the long way like a hot dog. Make sure you make your corners match and give it a good crease. Okay, then you're going to take this hot dog and you're gonna fold it in half. Give it a good crease. And then take this and fold it in half again, the same way, till you get a little rectangle. Give it a good crease. Sometimes I take my handle of my scissors and rub it to make the crease even better. Now, when I unfold it, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles for my foldable. I'm gonna turn it this way, so that where it opens, it's facing me. And here's where you need your scissors. You're gonna cut on the line on just one side to make the doors. We've done this before. You can also open it like this and pick one side to cut and go cut, cut, stop. And stop when it gets to the crease. Cut, cut, stop. Cut, cut, stop. You should only be cutting 3 times to make 4 doors. Then you can close your foldable back up. Now the way that you're looking at it now, you should have the doors that open on top. When you open the doors, you're gonna get a black marker or your pencil and trace the other crease that you did not cut, so that we have 3 lines to match our 3 cuts and 4 rectangles for our work. All right, now we are ready to start giving our foldable some content about bodies of water. I'm gonna turn my foldable long and tall now, and we're gonna start with a body of water that flows back and forth, and it can be small or large, and that is a river. R, I, v, er. E-R-er. Write the word river on this outside flap. Then you're going to open your flap. Make sure you have that word river. Open your flap, and on this square, we are going to draw a river. I'm gonna pick blue for my water, and this river needs to start at one side of my rectangle, winding back and forth, and go to the other side. It does not have a closed side. It has an end and beginning that are other parts of water. So he is flowing. Here's some flowing water waves to show that it flows. He's flowing from one place to another. There's no closed ends. And then after I do my outline, I like to take a blue crayon to color in my water. My camera's probably wiggling while I do this. Now you know I like doing outlines with marker and coloring in with crayon, but if you don't have both, that's okay. Some details we can add to our river is the banks will have some grass. So I can put grass along the banks of my river. That's some good detail to add. Sometimes you could find some rocks along the sides of the river. So maybe I'll add some rocks on the sides. Sometimes there's big ones that you can jump off of into the river if it's deep enough for swimming. And over here on this empty flap, it would be behind where the word river is. We're going to take our pencil and make some notes. You guys have become really good note takers this year. So for this one, I'm going to put a little dot bullet point, and I want to note that a river is fresh water, not salt water. So I'm going to write for an FR blend, sh, the SH digraph, fresh, finger space, water, ER, fresh water. Rivers are fresh water. And one other note that I can make about a river, make another bullet point. I'm going to write that it is flowing. Full, FL blend, O, ing, ING says ing, flowing. A river is flowing. And that is our flap for river. Let's go to our next one. I'm going to leave this one open if you're still catching up. The next body of water we're going to talk about is not flowing from one end to another. It's all contained in one little space. And that is the smallest one, called a pond. P-A-N-D. Pond. Write the word pond on your next flap. Then we're going to open our flap, and a pond is a small body of water, and it has no beginning or end like a river. So I'm just going to draw a small little shape. It can be a circle, it can be oblong, but it's not too big. I can still give it a little bit of water flows because wind makes the water flow around. Something else you might see on a pond are lily pads. Frogs like to live there. So those are my details I'm adding before I color it in. Sometimes lily pads have these pretty flowers on them. You could even draw a duck on your pond. But I'm going to go ahead and color in my water now. Carefully around my little lily pads I made. And of course I want to add detail to the outside as well. On the outside of a pond, you may see grass all around on the banks. Similar to how a river had grass on the sides, but the ends were not closed. A pond has closed ends, and there's grass all around it. Something else I might like to add to my pond are these really cool reed palm frond things you might see. You'll know what it looks like when I'm done. I'm going to draw some tall grass. These little brown things coming down them. Those are really cool to find. They look like hot dogs, I thought, when I was a kid. There's my details of my pond. Now it looks a little different from a river, and certainly different from what an ocean would look like. I'm going to take my pencil now and make some notes about a pond. First, I need my first bullet point. And similar to a river, a pond is fresh water. So I'm going to write fresh water. Fresh water. And another fun thing that we could note about a pond is ducks d, a, k, ck, s, ducks, and, sight word and, frogs, fur, fr blend, g, s. I'm out of space on this line, so what do we do when we're out of space? We don't put a period. We go down to the next row until we're done. Ducks and frogs live here. That's a fun thing to note about a pond. So these are two bodies of water that are both fresh water. The pond is one of the smallest bodies of water. And next, we're going to talk about the next largest body of water. We have these in Austin, and people love to spend time doing fun activities there. That is a lake. L-A-K. It's a K-K and silent E. He's making the A say his name. Lake. Lake. For our lake, it might be a little similar shaped to a pond. So let's open our lake flap, get our blue for outlining. And one way I can make it look different from a pond is by drawing my blob much bigger. So my lake is going to be bigger. Now sometimes, like the lakes in Austin, they are made closed in by a dam that is built to hold the water there. So it could really be a very big river that somebody built a dam to turn into a lake. That's a cool thing to know about a lake. But I'm going to put a few waves, not too many, because I'm going to save some space to draw something that I would see on a lake. And something I see on the lake a lot in Austin are boats. So you can draw a little boat on the lake. Of course, your boat can be any color. And around the outside of a lake, you will see some grass. It goes all the way around because it's going to be closed off either by land or a dam. So it's not flowing back and forth like a river would, unless it's flowing through the dam. Other things you will see on this side of a lake are trees, bigger than what we have here. So I'm going to draw some stems, or trunks, sorry. Well, a trunk is a stem for a tree. We're coming up on trees in a couple weeks. I'm going to pick a different color green than I used for my grass. I might have to use crayon for my trees. And the trees help show you that bigger than the grass, the reeds, and the palm fronds, that this is a bigger body of water. And once I have all my details, of course, I need to color in my water. And then I need to get my pencil to take notes. Make your first bullet point. And just like a river and a pond, a lake is also fresh water. So we start with our FR blend, fur. E is our vowel. Sh, the SH digraph. Fresh water. Another note that you could make about a lake, we could say that fish live there, which is true. You can share that boats go there, people go fishing there. There's lots of things you could say about a lake for your note. I'm going to put my second bullet point, and I'm going to say we have two in Austin. Have, sight word, two lakes in Austin. Two major lakes. Something I love, 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 love doing on the lake is going kayaking. I could do that every day. So we have two lakes, major lakes in Austin, where we can do fun things and activities on them. We have one more body of water, and I'm sure you know what it is. It's the biggest body of water, and we're getting ready to learn all about it this week and next week, and that is the ocean. Now, the spelling of ocean is very different than what you think a phonetic spelling of ocean would be. It starts with O. The sh sound is so special in this word. It's a C-E-A, ocean. That's just one of those words you have to learn over time. Ocean. Now for the ocean picture, there's something important to note about an ocean. The oceans in this world are so big and almost never ending. They don't really close in because there's more oceans than there are pieces and bodies of land. So the land is inside the oceans. So when we draw our ocean, the way I like to draw it is by drawing under the water. So I'm going to make waves across the top. I need to leave this section for my notes, so I'm just going to trace down that line and make sure I don't go over it. And under the ocean, there is sand. And many, many ocean creatures that I'm very excited to learn about next week, like sea stars. There is seaweed. Of course, many, many different kinds of fish you could draw, or coral. Coral is so, so pretty. Sharks, jellyfish, octopus, all kinds of things live under the sea. I'm going to draw an octopus. They have 8 tentacles. And after I have all my details to show that this is an ocean, I'm gonna color in my water. And try not to shake the camera too much. And remember, we didn't really close in our ocean because the ocean is so big, it's bigger than the land. The land is inside the ocean, really. And we get to show how massive it is. Just so massive and huge by showing it doesn't even fit in our little square for a picture. Next, I need my pencil for my notes. And on my first bullet point, this is the body of water that is made out of salt water. Salt water. Salt water. And there are several oceans in the world, and they have so many creatures in them that there are some we may have not even discovered yet. So there's also so many extra facts you could write about the ocean. You could say that it is the largest body of water, and that's what I want to remember. So for my next bullet point, I'm going to write large. It's a G that says J. Est body. E, a Y that says E. Largest body of water. We should be really good at spelling water now. We've been learning all about water this week. And then I can close up my foldable and let's do a little review. First, we talked about the river. It's made out of fresh water and it's flowing. Then we did a pond. Fresh water, ducks and frogs live here. Then we learned about the lake. It is fresh water, and we have 2 lakes in Austin. Then we talked about the ocean. It's made of salt water and is the largest body of water. I can't wait to see your foldables. Please take pictures and share them on Seesaw so I can see the wonderful work you did.